we're going back to one of our favourite topics, the Taliban. Please subscribe and like the video, talking about all these sorts of things. YouTube is not going to plug my content anywhere. I'm talking about possibly controversial topics, but this is news. It's controversial, otherwise it wouldn't be news. Anywho, Taliban is enforcing restrictions on single and unaccompanied Afghan women, the UN says. This follows on from what we covered last week. According to AP News, the Taliban are restricting Afghan women's access to work, travel and healthcare if they are unmarried or don't have a male guardian, according to a UN report. In one incident, officials from the Vice and Virtue Ministry advised a woman to get married if she wanted to keep her job at a healthcare facility, saying it was inappropriate for an unwed woman to work, according to the report. I'm trying to keep my opinions in until the end. I'm trying, I promise. The Taliban have barred women from most areas of public life and have stopped girls from going to school beyond the 6th grade as part of harsh measures they imposed after taking power in 2021, despite initially promising more moderate rule. They have also shut down beauty parlours and started enforcing a dress code, arresting women who don't comply with their interpretation of hijab or Islamic headscarf. In May 2022, the Taliban issued a decree calling for women to only show their eyes and recommending they wear the head-to-toe burqa, similar to restrictions during the Taliban's previous rule between 1996 and 2001. In its latest quarterly report, covering October to December 2023, the UN Assistance Mission in Afghanistan said the Taliban are cracking down on Afghan women who are single or don't have a male guardian, or Maram, accompanying them. I might get my words right today, I apologise. There are no official laws about male guardianship in Afghanistan, but the Taliban has said women cannot move around or travel a certain distance without a man who is related to her by blood or marriage. 3 female healthcare workers were detained last October because they were going to work without a Maram, a male chaperone. They were released after their families signed a written guarantee that they would not repeat the act, according to this UN report. In Paktia province, the Vice and Virtue Ministry has stopped women without Marams from accessing health facilities since December. It visits health facilities in the province to ensure compliance. The ministry, which serves as the Taliban's morality police, is also enforcing hijab and Maram requirements when women visit public places, offices and education institutes through checkpoints and inspections. In December, in Kandahar province, ministry officials visited a bus terminal to ensure women were not travelling long distances without Marams and instructed bus drivers not to permit women to board without one, according to the UN report. Women have also been arrested for buying contraceptives, which the Taliban have not officially banned. The Taliban's chief spokesman said the UN report was based mostly on misunderstandings and accused the mission of ignoring or criticising Islamic law or Sharia. With an Islamic government in power in Afghanistan, it must fully implement all aspects of Sharia for both men and women, said the Taliban's chief spokesman. This means enforcing rules for the hijab, male guardianship, and gender segregation for women in education and employment. If the UN criticises these cases or considers explicit Islamic rulings as an act against human rights, then it is an insult to the beliefs of a people, he said. Okay, opinions, right. First of all, the Taliban do not represent Islam. They do not represent Muslims. No, I will not have it. They're an absolute disgrace. The Taliban are. No. And restricting women's access to work, travel and healthcare if they're unmarried or don't have a male guardianship. My brain is melting right now. So you can't go to work. So you can't earn any money. No healthcare. No contraception. No travelling. Why is it inappropriate for an unwed woman to work? Someone needs to explain that to me. Because from what I understand, I think I've read somewhere that once a woman is married, according to the Taliban, she should stay at home and keep house. So when is a woman supposed to work? And they've stopped girls from going to school beyond the 6th grade. What is so intimidating and scary about a female getting education? Is it because they will see through your bullshit? Is that why you don't want them to get an education? And shutting down beauty parlours, I've heard this, because it's a gathering place for women and they think it's inappropriate that women should want to look pretty. It's inappropriate. They cannot handle when we get our nails done. It's too distracting. And the headscarf, that's the one we covered last week. They are encouraging women to wear the head to toe burqa. See this? All this skin? It must be terrible for you if you're a Taliban person. So distracting. I do apologise. I'm sorry. If you can't control yourself, if you can't think straight, just because you see a woman, that's a problem on you, not on her. I mean, healthcare workers were detained because they were going to work without a guardian. And their family had to sign something to say, yeah, they won't do it again. They're not doing anything wrong. They're not doing anything wrong. They just want to go to work to earn money for their families. What is so scary about a woman? Can someone tell me? Someone needs to explain this to me because I do not understand. It is bullshit that they are saying it's Sharia law. Yeah, in one interpretation. In your interpretation. No. No. And by the way, the Taliban are linked to the Houthis, who are linked to Hamas. So just putting that out there. And the fact that they have a vice and virtue ministry still boggles my mind. It's so 1984. I doubt anyone has read it because the women aren't allowed to read, I assume. They're not allowed an education. The morality police visited a bus terminal to make sure women weren't travelling alone. Women have been arrested for buying contraceptives, even though it's not officially banned. And they're accusing the UN of ignoring or criticising Islamic law or Sharia. No. Your beliefs are a belief. You can't enforce them or shouldn't enforce them on other people. The fact that women exist is a fact. It's not a belief. We exist. We are also human. That is a fact. We have a brain. We like to use it. That is a fact. Your belief on what I should wear is irrelevant to me. Your belief on what education I should be allowed to have is irrelevant. I will choose my level of education, thank you. I will choose what I wear. I will choose where I go. No. I am a fact. I am real. I am, regardless of your beliefs. And relax.